What's up? It's your boy Corey B. So today,
Hello, we're about to play chess.
Corey and Colton are playing chess. So today was a great church service. It really was. Came home. I'm feeling good. Pastor was talking about rewards and how like it speaks in Scripture in Hebrews and again in Matthew about how God is, a rewarding God. Like He rewards us. Okay. But we don't get all our rewards like we expected. We don't just get what we want, when we want, and how we want, and things like that, But sometimes there's rewards that you don't count on, that you don't expect. Like Pastor was talking about, when he was training for a marathon. He had this great analogy when he was training for a marathon. And, his goal was completing the marathon, but that's the reward that he wanted. But the reward he ended up getting along the way, he ended up getting in better shape, building up his stamina, building up endurance, getting healthier, slimming his body. There was all these different little rewards that along the way he was accumulating that he wasn't even, those weren't the rewards that were in his head. That wasn't the reward he was seeking, Okay, so today what I wanted to start talking about, sorry if my train of thought's kind of everywhere. I literally started filming this video an hour and a half ago or whatever in the middle of trying to make us lunch just because it was on my heart. And as I started filming it, my phone totally... it froze up the video on me. So I just decided to finish making lunch for my boys and come back and try again. Anyways, the thing was, as Pastor was talking about this, it got me thinking, because he was talking about all these things, and our greatest rewards are in heaven. We're going to get rewards along the way here. We're going to get, all these different things, but the greatest reward is in heaven. It made me think about my mom a lot, and when I think about mom, which got me even thinking about mom more when I got home, and as I was sitting here, kitchen's a mess. I got potatoes and bananas. I got chips and stuff everywhere, trying to raise up and feed these Texas boys. Is how they do. So it's an interesting thing. It's an adventure, I'll tell you that. My boys are they're rambunctious, they're athletic, and they get hungry and they eat. So I come home from church and I'm trying to make us some food. Huh?
Does this have money in it?
No, sweetie, please put that back.
Can I have it?
No, you cannot.
Why?
Colton?
Okay.
Anyways. So the thing is, as I was making lunch, it's an interesting thing because we've been on summer break for a couple of days now. And so, okay, I mean, it's day 2, but it feels like more. Raised up in South Texas with my mom, of all people to be my mom. Mom was such a special, unique person, and she did things in such a special way. I mean, we ate all kinds of things growing up. We really did, because we had a pretty diverse group of friends. My mom had this Filipino lady who was a friend of hers and taught her how to make authentic lumpias. And, you grew up in South Texas, we, knew how to make homemade salsa from scratch and, authentic pico de gallo. And, mom made enchiladas like nobody's business. I've tried to recreate her enchiladas my whole life, and, man, I make some stellar enchiladas, but can't make them like mom did. But we grew up eating barbecue and soul food. Oh, man. Still never figured out how my mom made pot liquor. But taught me how to make cornbread with actual corn and jalapenos. And when we grilled, mom grilled. We throw down. And the thing was is mom always made things special. It didn't matter. I didn't understand when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't wrap my head around it. Now looking back, I can tell when we was busted, and I tell when we was living fat. You know what I mean? When we was living fat, we'd have barbecue, we'd have chicken, we'd have burgers, we'd have, hot dogs for the kiddos and sausages and everything. She'd make, her homemade barbecue sauce, and that's no shade at the sauce from the bottle, because Mama bought that too for us. We'd eat that from time to time too. But she loved making homemade barbecue sauce. And like I said, she'd love cooking up all kinds of meats and just have everything across the thing. And while she was doing all that, my stepdad would be manning the grill with one of the neighbor guys or whatever. One of the buddies from his army unit, like they'd be manning the grill, and we'd all be outside playing and everything, and we'd invite all the neighbors over. Anybody who was in smelling distance was welcome to a plate. You know what I mean? If you could smell the grill, you could see the smoke, you could come get yourself a plate. And mom would be in the kitchen just making all kinds of stuff to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Just she'd have stuff all over the dining room table, all over the kitchen counter, and there'd just be stuff everywhere. And then there was times when we were busted. And when we were busted, I remember being a kid, Mama rolling pennies on Friday night. She'd be rolling pennies, and she'd have me and Jason and Kyla and my brother and sister. We'd be helping her. We'd think it was an adventure too. We didn't know. We didn't know that she was tapped out. But we'd be rolling pennies so we could go get a pack of hot dogs and a box of macaroni and cheese. And we'd come back and we'd have all these old VHS tapes that we had taped off TV and taped these movies over the years. And she'd let us each pick one, and we'd have a movie night. She'd throw out blankets all over the living room floor, and we'd call it movie night. And we'd have hot dogs and macaroni that from pennies that we rolled, and that was our dinner. And we called it a party. We did, for real. That was a party. We didn't know. We didn't know that we was tapped out. So anyways, mom taught me how to mom taught me how to eat. Mom taught me how to feast. Mom taught me how to feed. But mom also taught me how to be tight and frugal and be wise with your money and wise with your food. Like when you had food and money to give, you gave. But you never wasted food. If somebody didn't eat it, if one of the neighbors didn't come by, one of your friends didn't come by, your cousin didn't show up, if somebody didn't roll up and eat that food wasn't going to waste. You saved that food. So, and these are things that I'm sure that most people do. These are values that probably many houses all over the place instill. That's why we got Tupperware, Saran wrap, and all this stuff, rampant in people's houses. But it's the way mom taught me, and so that's how it is to me. To me, it's not just the thing that everybody does, it's the things that mom taught me. Mom taught me well. And so these things make me laugh in days like today because, I've been working. It's been a crazy week. It's been really hectic. I got, me and my homeboy, we've been trying to research new things, trying to figure out where the new direction is going with some of our investments and what to do and how we can not just level up ourselves, but how we can, be wise and help others around us level up. We're really trying to instill that quality of teaching others around us to help lift them up and encourage them to lift up others up with them. And while we've been doing that and looking in new avenues, we've been with a new brokerage for about 3 months now, and we've been looking at different things. Then, I got new inventory in this week, which that's just, for a while, it's just been easy and it's just been bread and butter. So I've been keeping with it and sticking with it, even though eventually I want to navigate away from it. But that's a whole nother conversation for another video, another post. I don't want to get sidetracked too much, but so it's been hectic. It's been busy, and the boys have had so many activities because it's been the last 2 weeks of school, and so that's been keeping things going. And then when we finally got to the end, and so normally during the week I'll make these big meals for the boys because that's just how Mama taught me. I'll make good stuff. I'll be in the kitchen cooking, and then on Saturday, Sunday when it's the weekend, we'll kind of. The leftovers from Thursday, Friday, we'll turn those into lunch and snacks and whatever because they're here. But while they're at school, I kind of eat light during the day. I do. I'll get up, I'll have some breakfast. I'll normally have like tacos. I have like bean and cheese tacos. I'll have like little egg tacos, whatever. I keep my breakfast pretty steady, pretty consistent. It's quick, it's easy. I can throw it together real fast and I can get to work once the boys go to school. Or I'll have some oatmeal. Oatmeal is always a solid one that's real quick and easy. But lunch I keep real light. I don't eat too heavy. I don't eat too much. And like I said, those leftovers from Thursday, Friday, they roll into Saturday lunch and snacks with Saturday and Sunday with the boys. But the thing is, with them being home from school, it's like I feel like I'm constantly cooking because my boys are growing. They're Texas boys and they're hungry, and I feel like I'm constantly cooking. I'm constantly going to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store every 2 or 3 days, and I can't seem to buy enough food. And they're only 7 and 8. Y'all seen my boys. Y'all seen them. I mean, they're big boys for 7 and 8, but my goodness, they're little guys still. I'm concerned about when they hit high school. I've had buddies who've got their kids in middle school and high school, and they're like, Corey, you don't know nothing yet. And I'm like, I think they're right. I think I don't know nothing. I keep trying to wrap my head around it, but I think these kids are going to, whoo, I better start leveling my game up even more to feed them. I'm thinking about leveling up for, new opportunities, investments, leaving things, retirement, leaving things to them but man, I got to level up just to feed these guys. So that's just had me laughing because I'm thinking about the days with me and Jason was, in middle school and high school playing football, and basketball, and soccer, and street hockey, and wrestling. I mean, we did everything. We were constantly, and our sister was an active cheerleader and all this stuff, but she still ate kind of like a bird. I mean, she did. She ate light, But me and Jay, man, we put food down. I don't know how Mom did it. Like, not just pocketbook wise. I don't know how she kept up with cooking. Like, how do you cook?
I got Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you do. How do you not have a full-time chef and a full-time maid just to keep up with the kitchen? Just cooking and dishes, and I just don't even know.
And we got a watermelon over there.
Like I said, it just never ends. So, yeah, I don't know. Just embrace it and love it. And if y'all got any